story of Ludwig van Beethoven, the value of giving. Long ago, the Beethoven lived in Germany. The family liked to sing and play instruments, so when the Beethovens had a son, they wanted him to be a musician. Ludwig's father used to take him for walks. One day they walked into a church and sat down and waited. Suddenly the church was filled with a wondrous sound. "What is that?" whispered Ludwig. The organ, his grandfather answered. Then a rich sound came out. "And that is your father," said grandfather. "He could be a great musician if he didn't drink so much." One day Ludwig saw a peculiar instrument in their house. He touched the keys. "It's wonderful," Ludwig cried. When Ludwig realized his father was behind him, he was startled. I was sorry, father," he said. "When I touched the keys and the beautiful sounds came out, I couldn't stop." For once, his father didn't shout. "That is a clavier. I will teach you to play it," he said. But actually, he was thinking of a young musician called Mozart. Mozart was a child prodigy and made a lot of money. "I will make sure Ludwig also become a prodigy," he thought. At about 10, he started composing his own music. In 1782, when Ludwig was 12, some of his compositions were published. As a teenager, Ludwig started playing the clavier in the court orchestra. "There's still so much that I don't know," he thought. "I wanted to go to Vienna and study with great master." Most of all, Ludwig wanted to meet the great composer Mozart. Ludwig came to perform for Mozart, who was amazed at his talent. In Vienna, Ludwig had a wonderful time talking with talented people and attending concerts. He even met an important man, the Count von Waldstein. One day the court visited Ludwig. He found Ludwig living in a shabby house, and his room was dark. Sheets of music were all over the wall, and old piano was in the corner. "This is terrible," said the court to himself. He shouldn't have to use such an old instrument. A few days later, a new piano was delivered. Ludwig was shocked. "I didn't order a piano. I have no money to pay for one." The delivery man explained that it was a gift from the court. People from near and far to hear Ludwig play. "Bravo," they shouted. "Encore." But then something very sad happened. That might be my imagination, Ludwig thought, but I don't seem to hear as well as I used to. Eventually, at 28, Ludwig went totally deaf. Ludwig became extremely depressed. Then one day he realized he could hear music inside his head. He wrote it down as fast as he thought of it. Some say the music he wrote after going deaf is the most beautiful ever written. Ludwig also wanted to conduct his Ninth Symphony. When he stood in front of the orchestra, the musicians were extremely nervous, their eyes on him, and When they started to play, the music was so clear in Ludwig's mind that he conducted beautifully. When it was over, Ludwig still stood to face the orchestra. Then a musician turned him around to face the audience, everyone standing and clapping. Some cheered and others swept with delight. Smiling, he said, I wrote not for you, but for those who will come after. In 1827, Ludwig died, but he shared a gift with the world, his glorious music.
好。